So Marc Broom here are again at Merchant Taylors after another win, this time against Kent. 3 wins and three, but wasn't necessarily the most straightforward victory. What are your thoughts on that performance?
Yeah, 3 out of 3. We'll always take that. It was a performance that showed a bit of fight, showed a bit of resilience, showed an exceptional bit of leadership from Saskia with bat and ball, and showed the class of player that she is. Um, it highlighted a couple of things for us that we still need to work on, especially in the power play. But I'm probably saying it all the time now, but the first job is get over the line, and it's something that we're consistently doing, is getting over the line. So if we can continue to find ways to win games of cricket without necessarily playing our best cricket at the moment, then we'll always take that, but we'll always look to improve for the next game moving forward. Um, I just think there's a few things that we still need to work on, which we're going to cover in the training session tonight, and hopefully address in the game against Glamorgan. But a win is a win.
And we've spoken before about how unique this season is, with lots of unknowns, lots of firsts, and we've seen with your selection an all-round performance, wickets coming everywhere, runs coming everywhere. Do you think you're getting close to finding that first 11?
Not yet. There's still quite a long way to go through the season, and there's still a lot of players that have had opportunities, but not as many as others. Now, whether that's through availability, there's obviously been a lot of exams and injuries and so forth. So we're still looking to give opportunities to players to showcase their skills. Obviously, some have stood out already. Gaia, Finty, Sass, Katie, Anaya, Pippa, and other players as well. But they've stood out already. And now I think it's time for the next batch of cricketers to come and stand up and showcase skills and put in performances that enable wins. And that's down to opportunity. So they're going to get the opportunity. Are we close to that final 11? No. But I think whatever 11 we put out, they're going to be competitive. So it's actually a great place to be. We knew we had a big squad. And we knew that there were still some decisions that had to be made. I'm just very fortunate that the way we're going at the moment, people are standing up and putting in performances that allow the team to progress and develop and win games of cricket.
And you mentioned it there, but Saskia, another outstanding performance on the weekend, following on from loads more outstanding performances this season, both with bat, ball, and as a captain. Specifically as a captain, how have you found her in that role and how the girls have responded to her?
From a leadership perspective, she's exceptional. She takes responsibility for all decisions on the pitch. She's constantly aware of what's going on. If I'm honest, I think she probably has to do too much on the pitch at the moment. I think our bowlers need to take a bit more responsibility about their fields and where their fields need to be, and fielders in specific positions addressing their angles and so forth. I think they need to take responsibility for that as well. But that will come with experience and with development and with time on task. But Saskia at the moment is very much leading from the front. You can see she's got the respect of the girls. You can see that from a mile off, and that's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Because you need to have the change room on your side, and if you've got that, they'll go to war for you. If you haven't got that, it's very tough to then bring them together in those 50-50 battles and 50-50 moments. So she's got the players behind her, and she's taken on responsibility with bat, with ball, and in the field to be the leading player and the standout player. So there's not a great deal more that we could ask from her at the moment. I think what we could do is make her job a little bit easier for her while she's out there.
And someone else you mentioned that we maybe haven't spoken enough about this season is Pippa, another very mature performance at such a young age. Just a word on how she's been doing.
Yeah, she plays cricket beyond her years at the moment. You can see that the experiences that she's got from being in the Scotland environment and the international environment. She doesn't play cricket like a 16-year-old, and you wouldn't know she was 16 when you watch her walk out to bat or keep, or just the way she conducts herself around the group. She's going to be a very, very, very good cricketer. She's already a good cricketer, but she's going to be a very, very good cricketer that will go on and play a very high level of cricket, I would say. She bats with a calmness and a maturity and a smartness that other batters in our group could learn from. And I think that was the key. When her and Saskia got together, they were just smart. They were smart with their decisions. It was a big pitch with a good outfield. Hitting the ball in the air wasn't going to do it for us, and our first 4 wickets were all caught. And I think watching her and Saskia back together, rotating strike, hitting gaps, hitting balls hard and powerful, but along the floor into specific scoring areas, shows how quickly you can progress your score along in T20 cricket. You don't have to hit the ball in the air. And what we found is, we're not a team that hits sixes. That's not our skill set. But we are a team that hits fours and gaps and runs hard very, very well. So we have to learn to play to those strengths from ball one. But yeah, Pippa is an exceptional talent that we're very blessed to have, and will go on and play a higher level of cricket than Tier 2.
And now to go on to this weekend on the road again. Been a while since you've been away. Against Glamorgan. Fair to say that last match against Glamorgan and also the one in the One Day Cup, those have been our tightest games this year. What do you expect from this weekend, and what plan you've been working on today?
So I expect Glamorgan to come as hard at us as they did the other day and make our life very, very difficult. That we've got 2 wins over them, but I wouldn't say we've beaten them convincingly. I think there's been 50-50 moments that have gone our way. There's been a couple that have gone their way. We've managed to secure more of those 50-50 battle wins that have got us the result. I wouldn't say those wins have been massively convincing, and we can't go into that game expecting to win another one in a row, because I don't expect them to let us, to be honest. I think that they will do everything they can this week to show that they are a class side, because they are a class side. They'll do everything to show that they are a class side and they're on par with us. And the 2 wins that we've got, again, it's about getting over the line, and both times we've got over the line. But both times Glamorgan could have got over the line as well. So we have to be very mindful of the threats that they pose with bat, ball, and in the field. We have to know what it is we need to do well on the day. We have to play our best cricket again to get a result out of them. But I'm confident that we will do that. It's always tough to travel away. We've got an overnight stay and then a midday start and then a long drive back. And, it's always tough to travel away. But the team that we've picked and the rotations that we got in, I'm confident that we'll go out and put a good performance on and come away with something that we want to come away with.
Well, I sure hope so. Best of luck for that match.
Thank you very much. Thanks.